Hands all the way up. Hands all the way up. This is my blood cousin. This is my cousin. We all from Illinois. And him and his beautiful wife. Clap your hands for Pastor Street, First Lady Street, and their beautiful daughter. It's good to see family. This is probably one thing about my family. I haven't, lift your hands, don't miss God. One thing about my family is I grew up in foster care, and a lot of my biological family I didn't even know was in church. So when I found that I had a cousin, my granddaddy and his granddaddy are brothers. So when I found that I had family that was saved, we immediately connected like never before. So it is for me to have a blood relative in worship with me. It's touching me in ways that I've wanted all my life. And I want to say I appreciate you. And I love you, man. And you and your beautiful wife. And they're pastoring here in Arizona. And you're going to hear more about that later. But we appreciate your presence, man. Love you. God bless you. First time my cousin been in service with me, and I had to rebuke him for being late. It's all right. It's all right. Have your seat quickly. Let's go to Joshua. I just can't neglect a word. Let's go quickly though. 3rd chapter and the 5th verse. 3rd chapter and the 5th verse. I'm going to give you 3 rules. 3 rules. 3 rules. I got those socks. Those are happy socks. 3 rules today. Number one. What you make happen for your neighbor, God will make happen for you. Write that down. Send somebody a text message. What you make happen for your neighbor, God will make happen for you. My second rule, your praise is your communication today. Yes, sir. Meaning, you're going to sound your way out of a situation. My last rule is it's already done. Yes, sir. I want to be clear. When you celebrate for another person that walks in their prophetic destiny, yes, sir, the Lord said immediately He's going to stir up something for you. Okay, I'm going to say that again. If you praise God in this service for your neighbor's prophetic destiny, immediately God is going to stir up something for you. This service this morning is not a selfish service. This is a collectively assigned service. Amen? So I want you to be clear that if you ever wanted to know if God has a plan for you, tap in. Yes, sir. If you ever wanted to know if God wanted to favor you, tap in. And if you can't find a reason to tap in for yourself, then tap in for your neighbor. That's right. Yes, sir. And for those of you that may have it all together, I ain't got it all together, and I'm the preacher. And God talked to me like I'm talking to my cousin. I'm telling you. But still, if you can't find nobody to praise God for, you praise God for me. I take it. But I don't want to talk about that, any of that. Those are just rules that I want to get in your spirit. I want to preach today, and I'll tell you after I read this. Let's go. Joshua, the 3rd chapter and the 5th verse. The Bible declares, if I can get a strong person to read that for me, somebody that know how to read loud. Somebody, anybody, somebody, nobody.
And Joshua said to the people.
And Joshua said to the people.
Sanctify yourselves.
Sanctify yourselves.
For tomorrow the Lord will do wonders among you.
And tomorrow the Lord will do wonders among you. Read that again.
And Joshua said to the people.
Listen, and Prophet Thomas came all the way from Texas to tell the people.
Sanctify yourselves.
Separate yourself.
Yes, for tomorrow the Lord will do wonders
among you. Tomorrow. Listen, not next week.
Tomorrow.
Not in 16 days. Y'all know how prophets do. In 16 days, I see it. Not in 16 days.
Tomorrow.
Not in 5 months.
Tomorrow.
I'm telling you, next year gonna be the greatest year. No, not next year. I ain't got that type of time.
Tomorrow. Yes, sir.
I got that type of time. You must understand, we don't even know when Jesus is coming back.
Right.
I need something from God now.
Right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Read it over.
Then Joshua said to the people.
And Joshua said to the people,
Sanctify yourselves.
Sanctify yourself.
For tomorrow the Lord will do wonders among you.
For tomorrow the Lord will do wonders amongst you. Have your seat, but on your way down, touch 3 people and tell them, consecrate yourselves.
Consecrate yourselves.
Because God
God
is going to do something amazing.
going to do something amazing.
Now tell somebody else, God's going to do some amazing things
God's
for
going to do
you.
some amazing things for you.
Yes, sir, God.
God's going to do something amazing. I want to preach from the subject.
Help yourself, sir.
I just have to wait another day.
Yeah.
I want to preach from the subject, Lady Walker. I just
Yes, sir.
have to wait
Another day.
another day.
My God.
Meaning, today God is establishing, but tomorrow He's manifesting.
All right. All right.
I just have to wait another day. Some of you, brothers and sisters, are 24 hours away from the greatest season
Yes, sir.
of your life.
All right. All right.
24 hours. That's not a cliche.
Yes, sir.
That's not that's not an assembly. That's not paraphrasing. No, that is, you're 24 faith hours away
Yes, sir.
from the greatest season of your. My bishop once said, brothers and sisters, he once said while he was on a journey to preach at the Joint College of Bishops, we were riding in the car, and he looked at me and he said these words. He said, son, he said, instant gratification takes too long. Instant gratification takes too long.
Yeah.
I've come to understand that we collectively have lost our ability to wait because of the likes of things like instant coffee
All right.
or instant oatmeal,
All right.
ATM, and one of the most popular rising stars is Instagram.
Yes, sir.
We don't have the patience anymore to wait for anything.
Yes.
We want love right now.
Yes, sir.
When we're ready to eat, we want it
Right.
right now.
Yes, sir.
When we're angry, we need to get our point across women right
Well.
now.
Yes, sir.
And the truth of the matter is, have you ever noticed that every time you pursue the law of right now, it ain't always worked in your favor?
Yeah.
All right.
He said instant gratification simply takes too long.
All right.
We must understand that the ability to discipline yourself to delayed gratification in the short term in order to enjoy great rewards in the long term is a prerequisite for success.
All right.
Meaning, delayed gratification is the ability to resist temptation. Watch this. the ability to resist temptation in the now
Yes.
and wait later for a greater gain. I say all that to say this, is that gratification or delayed gratification is always connected to excellence. Somebody say delayed gratification, is always connected to excellence. When you put yourself in a position to wait, there is 3 particular principles that you allow yourself to be aligned with, and those 3 principles are as follows. Patience. Second principle is willpower. And the third one is impulse control.
Yes.
Right.
I just believe, people of God, that we're living in a season, we're living in a dispensation of grace that the enemy would desire to allow certain things to seem impulsive, to allow certain things to seem as if it looks good right now, but later you can't sustain it. I remember as a young man, when I first started getting a little money, I started using my credit up first, and then I used the money. And so I remember at 16 years old, someone co-signed for me to get a nice car. And mother, believe it or not, I went and got that car. But what I didn't understand, or what didn't click to me, is that just because I had an instant thought to get something didn't mean I had a long-term thought of how I was going to sustain what I got instantly. So you're looking at a young man that just paid off a $30,000 car simply because of gratification being wanted at that moment. Are you following me here? So everything that's easy to get ain't always worth keeping or even having.
All right.
I'm trying to tell you this because, brothers and sisters, when you begin to walk in your prophetic destiny, when God begins to pour in or pour wisdom and pour nuggets and bless you like never before, the enemy also seeps around to see what he can allow you to be attracted to. Have you ever noticed that just when you were on the rise and just when God began to bless you, that's when things you like, that's when things you cared about begin to pop up out of nowhere? I haven't never seen so many fine women that I was attracted to until I started to want to do right.
All right.
Okay, what am I trying to say? When you're trying to do right, the enemy will place things that you are attracted to keep you from your purpose, and y'all ain't talking to me, and your destiny.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. My God.
Come on.
Yes, sir.
He said, it's time for the people of God to learn how to wait. The reason you got to wait is because there is some things that is happening in the natural that is conducive to the supernatural. And there's some things I'm trying to get to you. There's some things I'm trying to show you in the spirit, but you're not getting it because you need everything right now. And that's why you're falling into pitfalls. It's not because, amen, God didn't put you a test. You know how the church do. Amen, it's just a test. It's just a test. The Lord, no, baby. God told you that you needed to wait, but you had to have it right now.
Yes, sir.
All right.
That's why I'm married to my frenemy.
Watch it.
That's why
Yes, sir.
I'm going to sleep with a demon.
My.
That's why I ain't got no money.
My God.
That's why I'm confused.
My God.
Wait on it.
Because you avoided, you stepped over, you mishandled the waiting process.
My God.
And some of you are living to try to live again. Come on.
My God.
When you could have been living successfully if you would have just waited.
My.
The reason I'm trying to tell you this is because what is it for me to prophesy to you?